Greetings, fellow magical wanderers. Good day. Beautiful good day it is to us. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in. I felt absolutely called to come forward and offer a direct message from Spirit, but using the tarot cards. There's something that is wanting to come through, a message for the collective, in which we are needing to be aware of right now on our current journey and what we're moving into. So I'm just going to jump right into it. We're going to call upon high vibrational, unconditionally loving, supportive spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, and higher self, in which is observing this message. So, spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, higher selves, what message are you wanting to communicate right now with us through these cards? Okay, so we have 3 cards here. First one flipping over, second one flipping over, third one flipping over. Okay, so the first card that has come up is this card in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles, which is talking all about how there's this hyper focus on perfectionism that is literally keeping you from fully embracing the activity or the skill or whatever you are pursuing, the role. There's this hyper perfectionism ideal or mindset that you're having that is blocking you and moving forward in what you're trying to do, your craft, your activity. The second card that comes out is the Ace of Swords upright, which talks all about your personal strength, clear direction, you having a new idea, and also it's a card of like strong communication and having strategy with your communication or with your plan or your goal setting. So there's some kind of courage that is attached to this card, and perhaps you're having a lot of courage going forward in acting upon what activity is bringing you passion, but there's almost this well, the third card that came out is the High Priestess upright, which is all about this intuition and awareness, trusting your inner self, trusting your God source, listening to that inner voice of truth that is connected to your soul. And that space within is very, it's a middle path of coming from this side to this side. It's being in the center of self like this. So it's very open and mysterious and tapped into that field of pure potentiality. And perhaps that's what's overwhelming you in this first card, is the pure potentiality of any activity, any vision that you're seeing for yourself, but you're being too caught up in the hyper perfectionism, trying to get it perfect to the ideal, spending so much time on the details. That's actually taking joy and passion out of the project. Not as much as you think is going into the project, being so very detail oriented to get it to perfection. But this new idea, this craft, this activity is very strong. It's definitely aligned with what you are courageously going for with this Ace of Swords. It is a grand idea and a grand project to be working on at this time. And you have the intuition and spiritual-minded capacity in order to pursue these activities or this role in any direction. But don't get caught up in the details. That will only pause the process for you instead of moving forward in a free flow of energy, not hyper-focusing on the details and what you want to make unto perfection. So yeah, perhaps the perfectionism is coming from this state of with the high priestess, like thinking, or maybe it's this mysteriousness that's causing you to overthink or contemplate or think of all these different things in your head, like, oh, I have this idea, or I'm gonna start doing this, or you know, that side of the aspect is very, very strong. But there's this card here that's talking about being too caught up in perfectionism, and perhaps this is also coming from maybe coming from not knowing your craft as well as you maybe think you do. So this sort of ideal of perfection that you're going towards is shooting for some kind of idea that you are wanting to manifest out of the pure mystery of the universe and intuition. So perhaps this craft or skill that you're working on and trying to get it perfect is actually stemming from some sort of lack of technique or skill, or maybe you're going over and over again the details that you put in, because as you are going towards this perfection, perhaps you're doing so because innately it was done a little bit sloppily, and that comes from the lack of skill or technique. So it could be showing up as sloppy, or just hyper focusing on again trying to get it perfect, which, you know, perfect exists within your very own perception of what that means for you. It means something different for everybody. Everybody has their own ideal of what perfect is, looks like, feels like, where it is, who it is, whatever. But for you right now, this is showing up as something you're moving past right now. This card. And then this card is present. The new ideas. The new actions that you're going towards. And becoming more clear on your goals and your direction. You know, it's like putting the finger up in the air. Eureka! That's the same thing as sword. And what you're moving into from these new ideas, this clarity, new direction in your craft, project, life, whatever, it's being completely supported by the higher intuitive force of yourself, and supported by the infinite mystery of the universe. You can create whatever you desire to create. You can do it all. But don't get too caught up in the details, or it's not going to be exactly as enjoyable as you may think it will be. You're going to overcomplicate it. And that's also what this card is talking about in overthinking or contemplating, that is tapped into listening to your intuition and being connected to that. But with this in the past, be mindful of how much power you give to that. because you don't want to start overthinking and contemplating too much, too deeply, to where it will create sloppy results in your projects. And I think you're over that, you're moving past that, and the times that you're growing into is a lot more balanced in stillness and having more silent time for your own peace, your own creative flow, and ultimately creating in this space of inner stillness and calm that you aren't focused on having it be perfect. You're just creating just to create, and however which way it will come out, you are going to work with it. You are going to find your own satisfaction, and this is going to allow you courage and clarity moving forward in any new idea that you will have for yourself. So that is very good news. You're moving past this hyper-perfectionism, moving into pursuing new ideas, finding new strategy for your craft or your life, projects, or relationships, how to make them best work at this time. And the direction that this path is ultimately moving in is you trusting more in your inner voice and in spirit and your abilities, and being in this calm stillness place of mystery. You can create whatever you want to create. So that's pretty much the gist of the message. One more thing is wanting to come out. Spirit, what else do you want to communicate on behalf of this? Ooh. Okay. These new ideas are leading you to the 10 of Pentacles kind of lifestyle and life craft, project, success, satisfaction, wealth, health, abundance. The Pentacle cards really speak on like material abundance and prosperity and fulfillment, and especially when they're upright, they are speaking more so in the positive sense, like you are accessing prosperity, wealth in your timeline, in your family, in your life legacy. It's also talking about inheritance, you know, and building upon a solid foundation of your own personal success to be of higher greater service unto the all. And these new ideas and this intuitive trust that you are forging for yourself in your life presently is leading to this 10 of Pentacles, which is very successful, very prosperous, very happy. You're gaining inheritance in some way, family, legacy, wealth, and very well established within your life, your legacy, your wealth, or your sense of wealth, and your pentacles. You're not having a lot of worries about finances. You're very stable, you're very secure, because you have done the work to hone in more on your craft, really find better strategy and technique, finding yourself becoming more clear and more strategized in your technique, and trusting your intuition with that, and being in that calm, still space of silence and pure, unconditionally innovative creativity that's just leading you to absolute success. So keep doing what you're doing right now. I'm not going to go speaking on much more behalf of that, because I think you've got the message, and I believe that that's what's coming to the surface at this time. And I'm sensing that that is the whole message that's being offered right now. It's kind of like a gentle assurance that what you are doing now and what you have moved past is sincerely being acknowledged, and you're being supported along this journey, not only by your higher self, but by these forces of the universe that are helping you bring this in for yourself based through your intentions, your connection with spirit, and your intuition, overall leading you unto a more fulfilled and successful lifestyle. So with that being said, I'm going to share one more special little thing in which I have not shared on my channel before. These are cards that I've gotten fairly recently, and they are cards that connect to elementals and fae spirits. They're little bitty fae being cards. It's called Forest Fae by Nadia Turner. I'll show you. It's really, really cute, and I just really love working with these cards. I love working with fae spirits and the elementals and whatever else shows up in my fields, the light orbs, the insects. You know, we're all part of this macrocosm of life, and we all are to perhaps live harmoniously as one together and bring healing and rejuvenation and support unto one another. That includes supporting the ants, supporting the bees, supporting the butterflies, supporting termites, whatever it may be, like supporting fish in the water, supporting birds flying in the sky, you know, passing seeds out, giving termites wood to eat, giving some pellets to fish in the water, things like that. Being harmonious with nature and working with the elementals is absolutely going to be and is part of that. So pulling a card real quick, connecting to the elemental fae spirits, what message do you have to offer the collective at this time? Oh, okay, I've gotten this one before. This is really nice. The Thimble Witch. There is magic in beginnings to start something new. And this is what the Thimble Witch looks like. So yeah, very gentle, just messages, and it gives you even an image of what that being is looking like or appearing as physically. So just like these cards say, there's new beginnings, there's new ideas, declarations being done, actions taking. You're stepping into this something new, which is actually you learning to trust your intuition more, you going with the flow, you going more into this new space of stillness, silence, calm, to best tap into your intuition and hear your inner voice, becoming more aware of your environment and your creations and your new strategies and abilities that you're forging. And in these new beginnings, you experience this success, abundance and prosperity and happiness, fulfillment, inheritance. So, yeah, very direct and very powerful message. This also gives me, myself, clarity, because these messages are just as much for me as they are for the collective. I am part of the collective still. So, yeah, that has been those cards. I speak that you have used your own discernment. Take what resonated and left the rest for the rest. And may you have a very blessed, harmonious rest of your day. Or a good night's sleep, whatever it may be. Namaste to you.